Hi friends. When cancer ravages the body of a senior, could the caregiver be accused of neglect and charged with abuse? When is the line crossed from providing care to a severely ill person to neglecting them? Today's case brings these questions to the forefront. Let me share the details because elder abuse matters. This case comes from a former co-worker of the senior man and one of the caregivers. Hi, Lolli. 20 years ago, I worked with a man named Bill, who was my boss at the time. A woman that worked with us, Charlene, also had him for a boss. When I retired shortly after that, I lost track of both of them. But recently, they were both in our local news for an abuse case. When Bill was 80, the courts appointed a guardian to coordinate his care and finances. He was a lifelong bachelor with no family, and he had some dementia. The guardian placed him in an adult foster home, which coincidentally was being run by Charlene, who was then 66 years old. Charlene employed her granddaughter, Yvonne, who was only 21, to help her with the home's clients. 2 years ago, Bill died when under their care, and it was Yvonne who found him and first called Charlene. According to her cell phone records, after a 15-minute discussion, Yvonne then called the guardian to notify him of Bill's death. An investigation was ordered as it was discovered that Bill only weighed about 74 pounds at the time of his death, that he was severely dehydrated, and that he had infected bed sores. The police were contacted to investigate further. Both Charlene and Yvonne were then initially charged with first-degree felony murder and second-degree vulnerable adult abuse. These charges were based on the initial medical examiner's report that Bill had been neglected, and it also mentioned he had cancer. The defense lawyers argued that Bill had not been neglected, but as his cancer worsened, he lost weight, he wouldn't take fluids, and he was increasingly immobile, which led to the bed sores. Later, a different medical examiner declared that cancer was the cause of Bill's death, not neglect. They also raised the fact that Charlene was longtime friends with Bill and would never neglect his care. Before the case proceeded to trial, a plea agreement was reached in which the murder charges against the two caregivers were dismissed due to the possibility that cancer caused his death. The prosecutors were concerned that Charlene and Yvonne didn't seek quicker and greater care of Bill for his bed sores and dehydration, and the two accused agreed to a no-contest plea of the vulnerable adult abuse charges, which means they didn't admit to guilt, but it's treated as if they did when they were sentenced. In the end, the judge sentenced the grandmother and the granddaughter caregivers to time already served in jail, plus 2 years probation, and they have also been banned from caring for or housing seniors in the future. Charlene's lawyer stated that Bill's death had an extreme impact on his client, given he was her friend and former co-worker, and she wants now to retire. Yvonne admitted that she had made a mistake to call Charlene before the guardian or other authorities, but stated that she did the best she could. My thoughts? Who knows what truly caused Bill's death, but I hope that he didn't suffer too much. Well, friends, I just want to say, poor Bill. Regardless of the cause of the death, be it neglect or cancer, he shouldn't have had to endure his final days with infected bed sores and dehydration. He should have been moved to a hospital or a hospice and got proper care. And these caregivers should have been aware of the need for this, and I'm glad they were found guilty of abuse of this senior. But what do you think? Should the abuse charges have been dropped as the medical examiner changed the cause of death to cancer? Did doing their best relieve these caregivers from giving decent care to Bill in his final days? Let us know in the comments below. And let's hope that no dying person has to suffer like Bill must have, because elder abuse matters. Friends, we are not therapists or counselors, so our goal here is to share abuse cases that you'll know that you are not alone if you too are suffering from elder abuse. We hope that it's therapeutic to hear other stories, and it may also be helpful to anonymously share your own story of abuse on this channel and help others. Just check the show notes below to find out how. And finally, please like, share, and subscribe now to grow the channel so that together we can reduce the abuse, because elder abuse matters. Please stay safe, seek help, and know that I am praying for you.